I was in Paris going to the university, and I was in a general introductory class to Islamic art and watching all of these slides and listening to the droning professor, and all of a sudden on the screen appeared a slide of a building that just made me blow back into my chair. I had no idea what this building was, what it was, where it was, but afterwards went to the library, discovered what it was, looked it up, found a map, found where the city was. And I said to myself at that day, I said, I have to go and see this building. I can't believe that such a building exists. It's called the Gök, which means sky.
Okay.
Gök Medrese, and it's in a town called Sivas in Turkey, which is in the kind of center-eastern part of Turkey, and dates from the late 13th century. And that was the start of this whole adventure. I think that I was very much inspired by the epistolary journals of the French literature. There's many women of the Madame de Staël, for example, of the 18th century, who wrote letters, a series of letters that were not just, she wasn't just writing to her daughter, she was writing about the things she was seeing, she was making political statements, she was talking about herself. So I was a little inspired on that and took this imaginary correspondent who was Lady Mary, who had been in Turkey before, and just basically entered into a correspondence with her to kind of explain all of these past 30 years in Turkey and what they've meant to me. The title implies a dialogue, that I'm talking with somebody. Somebody's asked me if I want another cup of tea, and of course I do. And my relationship with Turkey has been an ongoing one like that, just this call and response with Turkey for so many years. But anyone who's ever been to Turkey knows that you probably have about 40 glasses of tea in one day. It's just, you know, we think we drink a lot of coffee in America, but it's nothing. They're small glasses, so, you know, let's not. But it's just such a part of the culture that it's an image you can't get away from. So it's an expression of friendship, it's an expression of hospitality. So I just wanted to explain by this title and this very lovely cover that basically, yes, I've accepted your hospitality and I will forever have another glass of it. I think some of the themes are cross-cultural relationships. Number one, Turkey has allowed me to stand back from my own society, and which I do in my professional life as well, but also to get a larger worldview about another culture which is totally different from our Western culture. I mean, it's a culture that is based in Islam. It's a culture that's based in a different set of educational background and things like that, history. That's a big theme. A big theme is saying thank you for all of those glasses of tea that I've received over the years. It was my way of, you know, so many anonymous gestures of kindness are given to you in Turkey, and you never get to say thank you. It's like in my work as a librarian, people come in, do research, and they go out and they write the book, and I never get to know. So it was kind of my way of writing in a forward, thank you very much for all of these wonderful things, all these wonderful moments that you've given me. Every Turkish citizen defines what his Turkey is. It can be a Turkey of nostalgia, it can be a Turkey of progress, it can be a Turkey of the family, it can be a Turkey of religion, it can be whatever. But there is room in this country for that every person can find his identity as a Turk. My Turkey, explained it in one of the letters, is in a very long Proustian sentence, is a Turkey that is one that is not in Istanbul. Once again, I'm from the Midwest, so I equate Istanbul, the most beautiful city in the world, but I equate it to New York. It's a very bustling and sophisticated, I mean, it's as sophisticated as Paris. But my Turkey is the one that's more rural. My Turkey is the one that's more relaxed out in the countryside, so that's more based in family events, more based in festivals, more based in the rituals that are related to the earth and agriculture and things like that. So basically, as I say, my heart lies east of Ankara, and that's basically the Turkey that I've constructed for myself.